commitment to the Christ Baptist Church. When we came in last year, we were doing this innovation of this church. And we felt it would not be good if as a fellowship we cannot do anything. Now, many of us are aware that this building used to be wood. For many of us, what we know is the wooden structure of this building. And as I said we came last year, after we have finished our reunion on Saturday, on Sunday, we were informed of the fact that they were planning as well to do the air conditioning of this premises. As you are seated, I'm sure you are not very comfortable. So we committed on our behalf that we will go give one AC to the Christ Baptist Church. Up until now, we're not going to redeem our pledge, but I do not want to get out of here without giving that pledge. So please kindly welcome with me the pastor of the church. Please let me welcome the pastor of the church. We also appreciate God for the life of our Father in the Lord and how they have been accommodated from the fellowship to do things. The fellowship has tried because the church has continued to accommodate us. We all know how our system can be, and the Christ Baptist Church is only for some time that they are able to continue to ensure that students are taken off, students are accommodated, and the students are we wish we could do more, but we are talking there for 300,000 naira. It is just to help
I want to appreciate the president and the entire members, the participant fellowship, University of Alumni Fellowship. Thank you so much. We are so happy seeing you, and we want to see you more and more. Thank you. God bless you and God bless you. We are looking forward to seeing you fellowship with us tomorrow because of our service. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow is service here in church. Please, as many of us are around, please come around by 9 o'clock for the service. At this point, we want to go into the election of new SOs, and after that, we will do the business cover. Now, we know that we should elect right now, we will do production of the SOs at the end of the business. So let us do election so that I can go with you. I want to ask that we nominate an electoral committee so that I can step aside and the election can be conducted. Please, can we nominate people for the electoral committee now? We have some usual regular people, right? Okay, but this one is voluntary, God bless you. Voluntary is to escape me at school. So, you don't escape. You don't escape from volunteer as well. You are nominating yourself. We have 2 nominees already. Proactive. I still got you down. So we have 2 people. I need one more person, maybe a lady. I wouldn't mind to have a lady now. Can we have a lady to join them? Mr. is worried. Please, you are not able to join. Who started last year? The road is not vacant. All other offices are rotating out this year, having served the conclusion of their tenure. So we are going to have an election to know something of the president, the vice president, the assistant general secretary, and the treasurer. Thank you very much.
Good evening. On behalf of the electoral committee, I want to appreciate the outgoing and so thank you for the hard work of the past 3 years. So the 5 offices that we have, as it has not been announced by the president, 4 are open for election, and the office of the General Secretary is not open for election. Just to recap, according to our constitution, which I got to be for many years now, I think it's kind of new for an officer is elected to serve for 2 years in the first instance, and after that 2 years, is eligible for an extension of 1 year, making it maximum of 3 years that the elector can serve in a particular office instead. So the 4 offices that are vacant are officers that serve for 2 years and 1 year extension. Therefore, those offices are now vacant. And then the General Secretary is serving into next year, which is the end of the first one. That's why it's not. Okay, so just to quickly have, if you have served in a particular office either for 2 years after extension or for 3 years after 1 year extension, you can circle out of that office and you can serve in another office even if you need be succeeding here. Okay. So the process for today, as usual, will be that we will make nominations. People can volunteer to serve in any office. So we announce the office one after the other. People will call for volunteers. Where there are volunteers, we also call for nominations. So combination of people that volunteer and people that nominated will be voted for. It will be single vote cast per person, and the winner will emerge by simple majority. That's winning the highest number of votes cast. It's going to be open vote cast by a raise of hand when the name of a nominee is
in this election. Okay?
The election will not be inconclusive.
There is no inconclusive election. There is no tribunal. Decisions will be final here. This election is conducted under the guidance of the Holy Spirit beyond our constitution. Okay? Praise the Lord. Okay, so we start with the office of the treasurer. Office of the treasurer, 2019 to 2021. So at this point, I'm inviting people to volunteer to serve or nominate at the same time. Yes, either you want to serve, you want to volunteer to serve, or you want to nominate someone. Please, can you show by a raise of hand? Okay, so calling for nominations and volunteers for the office of the treasurer. In terms of eligibility, all alumni association members are eligible to serve in any of the open positions, except for the office of the president, which requires that you should have joined the alumni association for a minimum of 5 years, other than the office of the president. Okay, that requires minimum of 5 years in the alumni association. All other offices, every member of the association is eligible.
So nomination, please.
Nominations. I think we can also nominate from here. We are not excluded from nomination.
If there is not. Nomination, please.
Okay, some people are consulting.
Okay.
Thank you. Do we have a second microphone that we can move around? Okay, thanks.
I just want to give information that the present treasurer has just served for 2 years.
Oh.
So she is eligible for 1 more year, which I think should be considered.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out. So the current treasurer came into the office last year, Brasheyi?
Yes, 2 years.
2 years ago or last year?
2 years ago. She has completed 2 years.
Okay, so she's eligible for extension.
So we
Okay, okay. Who is that? It's not nomination, this is extension, so it's by ratification of the extension. So if it's the pleasure of the House, someone can move for us to extend the tenure of the current serving treasurer by the constitutional 1-year extension. So can we have someone move for that extension?
Family movement.
All right. So,
How can, okay.
you will tell us your name, and then before you can counter, let her do the move. Let's follow the due procedure. Give the procedure to sister first. Your name and then your motion.
I'm Titilayo Olukole.
Yes.
I hereby move a motion for the extension of the office of the treasurer
For one
for
more year.
1 more year.
For 1 more year. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, Brad Debo.
Well, we did consult. I'm Debo Olukole. So everybody is an entity on his own. I counter that motion.
Okay, what's your motion, please?
No, when we get to another position, I personally already felt she has done well. Let her come in other capacity. That's my reason. So let's pick someone else. Which person?
Okay, so the House wish to know the person. The current treasurer.
Okay.
Sorry, can we, please, can you stand, introduce yourself?
I'm Lola Oni.
Lola Oni. Thank you, Sister Lola.
Thank you.
So that's our current treasurer. So we have two motions. One is that we should extend by 1 year. The other motion is that no, we should not extend. So we need people in support of or in opposition of that. There's a brother over there.
My name is Solama Kinde. I want to support Brodebo that Sister Lola can serve in other capacity more than the treasurer. Let's have another person. In view of that, I nominate Brother Femi Afolayan.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Brother Solama Kinde. So we have one nomination, Brother Femi Afolayan, for the position of treasurer. So we will go with the counter motion, which stand the motion for extension of office. No, we have.
My name is Shigio Adeokwande. I want to support the extension. So I think we can put it to vote.
Okay, so in the interest of time, please, let's vote quickly on the extension so that we'll be here.
For administration and all those purposes supposed to be put into consideration, because if you keep changing ESCO, you will need to do some changes beyond due here. So some offices should just be taken to cognizance so that we will not fall into changing of signatories and all the rest according to. Don't mind, you are coming in again.
Okay, thank you, sir. So what we do, we have two motions that we should extend our tenure and two motions saying we shouldn't. I think in the interest of our time, we should do a quick vote on this one so that we can have a decision. Okay, so those in favor of extending the tenure of our current treasurer, please can you show by a raise of hand? Tenure extension. Those in favor of tenure extension. Okay, please, can you raise your hand again in favor of tenure extension?
Please. 36.
Okay, thank you. You can bring your hands down. Those not in favor of tenure extension for current treasurer, can you please raise your hand? Not in favor of. Okay, I think that is easier to count. This is saying that we should not extend our tenure. All right. I think we can announce that.
Yes.
Okay. So, based on the vote cast, 36 people have indicated support for tenure extension for Sister Lola Oni as our current. Let me finish the announcement. So 36 support for tenure extension for Sister Lola Oni, while 5 people have cast their vote not in support of tenure extension. Therefore, I'm returning Sister Lola Oni as our treasurer for the next 1 year. Can we? So we move on to the office of the Assistant General Secretary. Nominations, please. We are inviting nominations for the office of Assistant General Secretary.
Please, let's be quick about it. AGS.
Sister Sharon, thanks so very much. You've completed 3 years. Can I request that the people outside of the hall should please come into the hall at this time? Everyone should come inside the hall at this time. My brother over there, are you raising your hand to make a nomination? Assistant General Secretary. Assistant General Secretary. Nominations, please. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Please give us. Get the microphone.
I hereby nominate Dr. Dapo Adediji.
Dr. Dapo Adediji. Can you please stand for recognition? Dr. Dapo Adediji. All right, thank you. So that's Dr. Dapo Adediji over there. Stand up so that people, when we want to vote, we can, focus. You have been nominated for the office of Assistant General Secretary. All right. Any more nominations? Any further nomination? In the absence of further nomination, we will subject this to a voice vote. Is that okay to go by voice? Okay, let's raise our hand to be consistent. So if you are all in support of Bro Dapo Adediji as the Assistant General Secretary, please raise your hand. Please raise it very well if you are raising your hand. Okay. Those not in support, please, can you show by a raise of hand? Those not in support. New. Okay. So,
The highest number of votes.
Dr. Dapo Adediji, vote cast not in support of his nomination to be returned unopposed as AGS 0. Vote cast in support of Brother Dapo Adediji to be returned unopposed for the office of the Assistant General Secretary 32. So it's therefore returned unopposed, Assistant General Secretary. So we move to the office of the Vice President. Office of the Vice President. We are inviting nominations now. Nominations for the office of the Vice President. Do you have our outgoing Vice President in the house? Can you please stand up for recognition? Current Vice President Brasheyi. That's you? I said stand up. I didn't say just show us your face. You spent 3 years, so thank you very much for your hard work and good work. Do you have anyone you want to recommend for your office that as your successor that you like to hand over to? That stands as a nomination. Okay, thank you very much. So can we have nominations from the House? Okay, so we have 2 people.
Bro Debo, hello sir. Bro Debo Olukole. No. I told you Vice President, told your President. No. Bro Debo Olukole as the Vice President.
Brodebo Olukole, first nomination for the office of the Vice President. We need more nominations, please.
Makinde Olamakinde is my name. I nominate Sister Tope Kolade, former Kolade.
Sister Tope Oloyede. Please, can you stand up for recognition? Brodebo Olukole and Sister Tope Oloyede. Thank you. Do we have more nominations for the office of the Vice President? All right, so we have 2 nominations and we're going to put it to a vote. So those in support of Brodebo Olukole for the office of the Vice President, can you please show by a raise of hand? In support of Brodebo Olukole.
More and more people are abstaining from this.
Those in support of Sister Tope Oloyede for the office of the Vice President, can you please show by a raise of hand? So here is the result for the vote cast for the office of the Vice President. Sister Tope Oloyede, 12 votes. Bradebo Olukole, 25 votes. Having gathered the highest number of vote cast, I return Bradebo Olukole as our Vice President for the next executive tenure. Thank you. So now we go to the office of the President. Like I said earlier, this office requires that a nominee has been a member of the Alumni Association for at least 5 years. At least 5 years. And of course, he is a born-again child of God. That's taken for granted, so I shouldn't be announcing that one. Okay. So, can we have nominations, please?
My name is Femi Afolayan. I nominate Dr. Lekan, the outgone Vice President, for the position of President.
Okay. Dr. Lekan Okunlade, sorry, pardon me. Dr. Lekan Okunlade, first nominee for the office of the President. Do we have more nominations?
I am Debo Olukole. I nominate Tunde Akanbi for President.
Okay. Brother Tunde Akanbi for the office of the President, second nomination. Please, can you stand up for recognition? Brother Tunde Akanbi, Dr. Seyi Okunlade. Sorry, Dr. Lekan Okunlade and Brother Tunde Akanbi. Do we have more nominations?
Objection. Currently, I'm serving in Lagos as the coordinator. So, and then we're still trying to get ourselves together in Lagos. So I think and also my work. So for the benefit of the Lagos Zone Association, I think we should just step it down. And then for continuity, I think I will support that nomination that it should just continue.
Do we have any further comments? So give the committee we consult. Give us a minute or two. I will come back to you. Okay. Dr. Lekan, you have to be with us at this time. Okay. Please, can we have everyone outside in the hall at this time? Please let everybody come inside. Let everybody come into the hall at this time, please. This is very important. Okay, having consulted with the members of the electoral committee, here is our feedback on the comments on the floor of the house. But today we recognize that you are a serving zonal high school in Lagos. In fact, you are the zonal leader for Lagos, the coordinator. But the principle of operation in the Alumni Association is that national assignment supersedes every other assignment. So if you win by vote cast this afternoon, you will have to hand over your Lagos responsibility to a successor in Lagos, and then you will be national president. Okay? And there are precedents to back this up. This has happened in the past. A regional or a zonal ESCO that's taken national assignment, we have to hand over at the zone, and the national responsibility takes precedence. Thank you. So on that basis, we will proceed. If there is no other nomination, we will proceed with vote cast for the office of the president. So I will present to you to start Brother Tunde Akobi. If you are in support of Brother Tunde Akobi as the next national president of our alumni association, please can you show by a raise of hand? Raise it very well if you are raising it. Brother Tunde Akobi for national president. All right, thank you. So those in support of Dr. Leko Okunlade as the president of our alumni association, national president, please show by raise of hand. Raise it once and raise it very high to make vote count easy for our. Okay. Sorry, we have to repeat some part of this. If you are in support of Dr. Sheyi and Dr. Leko Okunlade, please can you show by raise of hands? Please don't bring down your hand until I say you should bring it down. Raise it very well, and if you have raised your hand before, raise just one hand, and raise it really very well. Please, no one should leave the auditorium at this time. Please, let's raise our hands and then we do it once and for all. We are having some mixed. Okay, yes, let's stand. And if you are not voting, please sit. If you are voting, stand. If you are not voting, please sit. Voting for Dr. Leko Okunlade as National President of the Alumni Association, please stand. 10.
Are you voting?
Okay, so in spirit of balance and fairness, for those voting for Babatunde Akanbi for the office of the president, please can you stand as well? Please stand once, and if you are not voting, please sit down. Other than the person that is recording on camera, please sit down if you are not voting. Okay, you can sit down. Thank you. You are not making this easy for us, and this is what we are going to do. This will be the last, because yes. No. You know, it's very easy. Okay, please. Is option A4. Wait now. Yeah, you will line behind it. Okay, we have a tie. Hello, we have a tie. I will tell you. So we make this very easy. You are making it difficult for the electoral committee, and I'll tell you, the vote count is moving, and vote count cannot be moving. So we have people lift their hand, bring it down. So when we are counting, the numbers are getting mixed up. Okay? When we tell people to stand up, to what we counted before is different from what we counted the second time, and that is causing confusion. We cannot declare that kind of number. We cannot. So I can't call at this time people that voted for Babatunde, and we count X, and then we count again for the same person we are counting Y. We cannot declare that kind of result. So what we are going to do is going to be option A4. If you remember, those of us that are holding up, you remember option A4, right? On Fiwosu, that's what we are going to do right now. But Tunde Akanbi, please, we will take your suggestion. So Babatunde Akanbi and Seyi, please, can you come forward? Babatunde Akanbi and Leko, please, can you come forward? And I need Babatunde, please stand by that pole. Seyi be by this, and Leko be by this pole. Thank you so very much. So can you give the microphone to my brother over there? He has a comment. I'll take just one comment and we proceed in the interest of our time. Give it to, yes, my brother. Please, you can announce your name again for the purpose of the meeting.
My name is Femi Afolayan.
Okay, but Femi,
I appreciate the good work you are doing.
thank you.
However, I have this observation. We are nominating two people for the same position. One of them declined. We imposed on him. The other candidate did not decline. During the voting, I also realized that the one that declined did not vote for himself. While the one that did not decline voted for himself, said he's willing to come into the office and he has experience, and for continuity's sake, why are we confusing ourselves? Why don't we give it to him?
Okay, thank you very much, Femi. You are absolutely spot on, and all those observations we have made note of as well. In fact, there is a part of the observation I thought you were going to come up with that you left out. I will say it after the election. But you see, for posterity and for process sake, we want to document the process accurately. Okay, so we are counting, numbers are changing. We just want to have the accurate numbers. That's all. Yes. No, sorry. No, please, let's sit.
Kémi àti ẹ ti ní gbólóhùn àsọ.
Thank you, sir. You can go back to your seat. Thank you. Bratunde, please go back to your seat. So we are going to pass paper around. Just write the name of your candidate. So in your paper, just either write Tunde or Seyi. Don't write both. We are in the house of God. So if you are not seeing, God is seeing it, right? So just write Leko or Tunde, either of the two names, and write, just fill one paper that you will fill.
I'm bringing our electoral paper.
And then that wise they should go so that they can vote for themselves.
And
Gracias.